Kal Kadosh Erev Tov. Kinyan Masechta, Daf 10b, Yud Amud Bet, the last few lines where it says, Amar Rabbi Yudah Amar Rabbi Chia. Says Rabbi Yudah in the name of Rabbi Chia. Hame'alech baderech, if you're traveling on the path, Al yochal yoter mishnei ravon, do not eat more than what you usually eat when you have a famine. My tama, what's the reasoning? Hacha targimu, we hear in Bavel the answer because of mayana. Mayana means that if a person eats too much, so then all their intestines, everything of the way that their digestive system, it gets all ruined, and therefore it's going to be problematic. A person will have to be in the washroom a lot. It's not good for them. The Ma'arava Amre, but in Eretz Yisrael, he said, remember, Ma'arava is the West, right? We are called Western civilization against whether it's going to be Israel and Russia and everything, but in Babylonia, the west of Babylonia is Israel. So therefore, Ma'arava, whenever we say in the Gemara, Ma'arava, it means Eretz Yisrael. Ma'arava Amre, Ma'arava, they say, what does it mean? Because of parnasa. Because if you're going to eat too much, all of a sudden you're going to come, and all of a sudden now you don't have what to eat. And you're traveling, and you're like, now what do you do? So because of that, if you're traveling, do not eat more than if you would eat during the time of a famine. My benayu, what's the difference? The difference between them is 11a, Yud Aleph Amud Aleph, right, on the top. The Ativ Be'arba, that you are going to be in a boat. So since you're going to be in a boat, you don't have the problem of the intestines, but you're actually passive, you're just sitting down, even though we did speak about that maybe there's going to be the problem of the seasickness, but there's no problem of the intestinal problems that you're traveling because you're actually sitting down, you're not actually traveling, right? But there might be a problem of mizonot that you might not have food, right? Or inami, another difference between them, a practical difference between them is going to be the ka'azil me'avna le'avna, that since you're going from one place to another place, so therefore, right, you already know you're going from one hotel to another hotel to another hotel, and therefore you have parnasa, you have mizonot, but you still have the problem of the intestinal problems, the digestion problems. They're going to be going. Okay, but Rav Papa, Rav Papa, every single time he used to travel, he used to eat on every single parsa, he used to eat one kikar lechem. Okay, why? Because he wasn't makpid not to minimize his eating, but kasavar, because he held that the entire concept was mishum mayana, because of the intestinal, the digestion problems. So now, since he was very, very strong, because he was very heavy, so therefore he said, he could travel and there's no problem. Yeah, he was a big guy. So since he was a big guy, he felt, listen, if the entire problem is because of mayana, because of the digestional problems, so therefore you could eat as much as you want. Amar Rav Yudah Amar Rav, says Rav Yudah Amar Rav, Kol amar ivatzmo b'shnei ra'avon, anybody that's going to make himself hungry during the time of a famine, nitzal mimita meshuna, during the years of famines, so he says he's going to be saved from mita meshuna, from a strange death. Shneimar says in the pasuk, bera'av padecha Hashem imavet. In a famine, right, when it's going to be in times of hunger, Hashem will redeem you from death. Mera'av mibayle. It should have said from hunger. What is with hunger? So he says, no. Haki kamar. Bischar shemariv atzmo mishnei ra'avon, with the reward that a person is going to come. And he's going to make himself hungry during the time of ra'avon, during the time of this nitzol, of the hunger. He's going to be saved from mita meshuna. Amar Shakish, says Shakish also, asur le'adam l'shamesh mitato b'shnei ra'avon. It is prohibited for a person to come and to have relations during the time of a famine. Shneimar, it says in a pasuk, which means because since a person has to act with tsa'ar, with suffering, so he cannot have relations. That's going to be one opinion. There was going to be also another opinion that it's not only just because of that. It's because if it's a time of famine, what are you bringing more children into the world? They need to eat more. There's no food. What are you bringing more people to suffer into the world? But whichever one it is, it says Shneimar, Ul Yosef Yulad Shnei Banim B'terem Tavo Shana Tarav. Yosef HaTzadik had 2 children before the hunger started. Because if the hunger would have already started, he wouldn't have had children. So therefore you see from here that you do not have children during the time of a famine. However, though, Tanach HaZuche Banim Meshamshim Itotehem B'shnei Ra'avon. But if a person does not have children whatsoever, and therefore they have to be fulfilling the mitzvah of Pirya v'Rivya. So therefore, what they have to do is that they're going to come and they are going to be able to have relations during the Shnei Ra'avon.